Alrighty guys, welcome back to the continuation of the Callisto protocol. We are moving on. We are back with Danny. Dr. Mahler has given her a, did she call that an inhibitor? To be able to slow the spread of the infection, so hopefully she'll be okay. We have what I think with us is a possible cure to be able to stop the spread of infection, but we need to go get some components in order to or we need to go get something. I can't exactly remember what it is, but we need to go get some materials, put them in with this, and then be able to inject her, and hopefully she'll be back with us. But it has been pretty crazy, you know, up to this point as we're continuing in and hopefully making our way to the story's conclusion soon. We will see how much further we have to go. Definitely went up against a wide variety of enemies, and we held our own through it all, so let's keep going. And we also do have some more light, you know, as far as, you know, what is happening here. They are trying to replicate the original, what is it, the original subject DNA from Subject 0 here, and obviously wanting to further their ability to be able to bring a human evolution to the next stage. So let's keep it on. Let's keep it going. Okay, we'll take that. That's kind of you. Yeah, that sound, it kind of sounds like a lighter. But yeah, look at this thing. Wow. Ugh. Yeah, he's not having it either. He's wondering why I took him up here and got an up-close view of that.
Will you just get on with it already? Stop fiddling around and put an end to this madness.
That is, like, super weird, whatever that sound is. Like I said, it sounds like a lighter. Someone's opening a lighter and closing it. What the?
Did you see that?
See what?
Nothing.
That's exactly what it was. He's seeing things, hearing things. We're seeing and hearing it too.
Ahead. Should get us up to the tower.
Subject 0. The one who was able to maintain themselves as the virus took its form. She's ready to go. I don't think we missed anything. Okay, I don't think we missed anything through here. If there was anything to begin with. How you feeling, Danny? Feeling a little bit better?
So, what happened back there? Last thing I remember is those robots jumping us.
Mahler's helping us get the cure.
And you trust her?
Don't got a choice.
Yeah. Same here.
Oh boy. Where are we going? It's like we're on a spaceship.
What is all this?
This is definitely not the UJC.
Then who is it?
The gladiator coming in and taking down the infection. Maybe, I don't know. It looked like an alligator. But, you know, this is a nice little place to, Danny, calm down. It's just me. This is a nice little place to just come and relax. It'd be nice if they allowed us to just kind of sit in a chair, lounge a little bit. Why not? Why not? Throw a little achievement in there. A little bit of relaxation. We could use some of that. Okay. It's resistant proof.
Tonight, while the prison sleeps, I will take matters into my own hands. I will release Mahler's experiments into the wild. No more talk. The time has come for action, and I know that I am right. Computer, initiate the Callisto protocol.
That son of a bitch. We knew it was him who started it. Whoa. Yeah, that's just kind of random, you know. This is such a peaceful vibe, and then this, yeah, that just totally took everything, took everything out for us. I really like this. I don't know why.
Data transfer complete.
What the hell? Danny? Danny, where are you?
Uh-oh. We're seeing the events on... We must be on Europa. Yeah, we must be seeing what's happening. What was happening. Yep. Oh.
And now you're inside Danny's memories, seeing the truth of Europa. A diluted test sample released from one of our labs. A tragedy that inspired everything Cole is doing here at Black Island.
Hey, if I can find a reforge station, I'll be ecstatic. Maybe even I would say shot of wine. I'm not too much of a drinker. But a nice calming drink to take me out of this nightmare. Yep, there it is. Can we wander past it?
Let me go! Look at it! Look at it! What are you talking about? You see? Do you see?
Jacob, what do you got there?
What we got here is none of our business. Now come on, we got a job to do.
He knew this entire time. I think he did.
This was our fault.
Lily! No, 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 no. No! tried to protect you. You didn't deserve that.
Europa wasn't a terrorist attack. They doctored the footage to cover up what they were planning to test at Black Iron. And the cargo that we transported played a part in both. I could have stopped this. But I didn't.
You made the wrong choice. Now how are you gonna make it right?
Jake, what's wrong with you?
Hey, come on. Come on.
I can't.
Yes, you can. We're almost there.
No, I can feel it. Hear it in my head.
Okay. You stay here. I'm gonna come back when I get the cure.
I can take care of myself.
Okay.
Make him pay for what he's done.
She's got to be gone by then, man. But I promise we'll get back as fast as we can. But, you know, I don't know. I think Jacob knew exactly what was happening. At least as far as he knew what he was getting himself into. And I don't know. Did he even have did he have memory of it? He may not have had memory of it. That's probably it. He may not have had memory of it, and I think that was the whole thing about that. And now, obviously, this vision with Max has really made him open his eyes again to remember what part he had to play in this. Well, we got one of each one. I think we should probably... I'd say let's be cool with where we're at. We could do another upgrade if we really wanted to. We could do a damage boost for this, which will make it a little more effective in that regard. So this is 1200. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go with this.
UJC printed, the highest quality. Cycle complete.
Appreciate that. We could always use some extra upgrades. I think I might just stay where I'm at too. We could do this, but a stability upgrade is really not going to be like anything worth it right now. Dang. Why not?
Progress. Sprint finished.
I do like my hand cannon. So I think we're good for now. He was looking back. Is somebody watching me? Oh! Yeah, I'm impressed by the LEDs. Man, look at this place. Oh no, you're too far. Okay. Yeah, we really need some riot gun ammo. Please be that. Oh, here's another one. Okay, that was totally a waste. No. Okay. Another one. More hand cannon ammo, okay. We'll stick with this for now. He's gonna keep giving me this stuff. Something is going to happen through here. Something is definitely going to happen through here. Okay, that's kind of lame. More tactical pistols. Is there anything we can reload? Okay. Think we're good here. Okay. I'm just gonna walk to this one. Nothing? Wait. Okay, just health regen, but we don't need it. More stuff up ahead. A lot of health regen. There's another one, I think. Wow, it's giving me all the ammo that I don't need. I can't grab this one. Okay. That's all I need to do. More hand cannon ammo. Okay. Are we just going back now? Because I actually didn't see anything that opens. Or are we just supposed to make a bunch of noise with the canisters? Okay, there we go. We totally pass it. Totally pass it.
Your methods are rash. You risk too much.
The greater risk is in failing to act, especially when the commonality is finally within our grasp. And right on time. He approaches. The survivor.
The survivor.
Dear Solitarus.
Where's the Alpha? Just give me the goddamn antidote. I'm not gonna let her die.
Your friend. I've been watching you. You and your so-called friend. You're not the innocent you claim to be. You've proven that you'll do just about anything to ensure your own survival.
The survivor.
And what about you, huh? Watching people die for fun? Is that your protocol?
No. You are mistaken, Mr. Lee. The protocol isn't about death. It's about life. Our future lies out there. Our destiny. But we were not built for life in space. This fragile shell holds us back. We have to evolve if we are to survive. And now, you'll all see why. Proof that my methods are worth the risk. A final contest to determine the true survivor. humanity or my power.
Well, 5, 2, 1. You're really a thank you. At first I thought this was a curse, but then I realized it is a gift. The Warden has opened my eyes, shown me my purpose. Now, I'm gonna show you.
Here we go with this again. Oh, we barely dodged that one. Come here, buddy. Come on, man. Nope, he got us there.
No one to save you now. No more tricks. No escape this time. I've beaten you. I've beaten everyone. I told you. What's happening to me?
Oh my God!
There's always a price.
Is it calling like other biophages to us, maybe? Yep, here comes some. We're gonna try to pick up that health regen. Work. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a comment. It's just getting wild. It's getting really wild. Because I thought there was health regen somewhere. There's some. I don't know, like, how I could have gotten out of that without taking damage. Okay.
You think you've beaten us? Ferris was weak, an imperfect vessel. But in that sample is the key to unlocking a centuries-old dream. That's not failure, Mr. Lee. That's progress. And it belongs to me.
No, I don't think so.
Please. This is no time for false heroics. Leave the sample and walk away. There's an escape pod up there. To take you back to the life you once had. We can both have everything we want. So tell me, Mr. Lee, what do you want?
I'll tell you what I want. I want my sister back, fucker!
Of course.
A valiant effort. But surely you know by now, I never lose.
No. This time you do.
Such a waste. All this to save one life. Don't think you've stopped us. The data gathered here will carry the protocol to the next phase. As for you...
Self-destruct sequence initiating.
Goodbye, Miss Nakamura. And Mr. Lee. I do hope you've enjoyed your stay at Black Iron.
It's been wonderful.
Let's go this way.
Don't think I ain't gonna stop this dude. Where is he? Where'd he go? He's not even here anymore. Are you kidding? I'm picking up whatever. Ferris has just disappeared. Are you serious? Okay. Yeah, I don't even see him anywhere. He's gone.
This whole place is about to explode?
Okay. Now we are too.
Move! Hurry!
It's all coming down all around us.
We gotta get to the escape pods.
No, she's way ahead of us, man. You've been taking your time.
Almost there. I see the pods.
Come on, Daddy. It's only one?
There's just one.
You don't know what you're doing!
I didn't. But I do now. I can't keep running from what I've done.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. For everything. I do belong here.
Don't do this! Jacob! Jacob!
Data transfer complete.
That transfer worked both ways. He learned more about me, and I learned more about him. In the chaos of the moment, I didn't realize he had also given me the evidence I was looking for all along. And sacrificed his life so that I could expose the truth. Was he trying to make up for the pain he caused? Or just chasing some kind of redemption? Either way, I hope he found some peace.
All right, we're fighting our way out.
Jacob, there might be a way out after all.
Reactor core temporary safeties activated.
But I'm going to need your help.
I told you Ferris just disappeared into thin air and just came on back. Okay, that looks like that's it. I was definitely expecting some kind of a escape plan. I mean, that would have been nice to have something like that. I don't know, in my head I was kind of thinking that maybe Danny was probably gonna bite the big one, and you know, I didn't even think that the cure was even going to work, you know, because usually, you know, they say these things and always it's too late, or, you know, we don't have, you know, an opportunity to be able to save them like we would have want to, and it usually ends like that. A little bit different this time, you know, obviously from her perspective, she thinks that he is a goner, but it looks like Dr. Muller came through in the end, I guess. You know, she I guess wasn't as bad as we thought. Probably when she realized the extents that Warden Cole was going to go with trying to recreate the original virus stemming from the depths of Callisto, I think that's when she realized that he took it too far, and he was trying to step into shoes that he just can't fill. None of these guys can. They always think, you know, along the same lines that they can control something like this. It is not within their control. Doesn't matter how much money they have, doesn't matter how powerful they are, it always comes back to bite them in the ass. They're just kind of left with either destroying themselves or destroying everybody and everything around them. And still in their mind somewhere, they're just sitting there thinking like, oh, this is still going to work out. Like, I'm still going to be able to relive my dream at, you know, gaining ultimate dominance and control when we move into the next stage of humanity, and so on and so forth. So it was just really odd how we took the sample from Ferris. You know, we had our little bit of a cutscene there, and then he just disappeared. And then, of course, he's like back up again. I mean, he was totally mutated at that point, and then all of a sudden he was back in his, like, you know, burly, like, stage. We can say, like, you know, if he had like 2 or 3 stages of this type of mutation, I'd say he was in like stage maybe number 2 or 3. I'd say out about maybe 4 or 5 stages. The 5th stage, obviously, when he was just a fucking bloated, infected monster. But him coming back in that form, yeah, that was just kind of weird. That was kind of weird throwing him in there like that. But you can tell they obviously left the story open for further development. So as far as like the story DLC is concerned, you know, when we think about what they can use as far as a plot, when it comes to the DLC, we could do something that follows in the footsteps of what just happened. You know, maybe Jacob trying to escape Black Iron, or we might be finding some more answers, more truth, some more closure to this story of either how he escapes. Maybe he decides to succumb to the evolution of the protocol and become Subject Jacob, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, you know, I don't know. It'll be interesting. If everybody or anyone has listened to any of the Callisto Protocol Helix Station, which serves as a prequel to this, maybe it would be really cool to actually explore that story. As is her name Percy, I believe, and her other partner. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. It's almost there. Michael Ironside played him, and that was a very good listen, and you guys should definitely check that out if you haven't yet. But like I said, it's the prequel of events that happened here in Callisto, and it was and as far as like Percy's story, she had post-traumatic stress disorder, as far as the events that she was going through herself on Europa. And no, was it Europa or was it Helix Station? It might have been Helix Station. I can't remember the exact location. I'm thinking Europa for some reason. Maybe that could be it. But you know what? I'm kind of thinking about skipping the credits because I went through the credits of Horizon Forbidden West, and believe me, those credits were lengthy. So you know what? I kind of like to sit here and just talk about things, because then, you know, we can listen to the music and whatnot, and you know, I can sit here and talk about a few things. You know, I could take the volume of the music down a little bit so my voice does come out a little bit stronger as far as things that I'm talking about here. But yeah, you know, like I said, you know, when we're talking about DLC, it'd be pretty cool to see a telling of Helix Station, like in gameplay, the events leading up before the Callisto Protocol. It would be cool to see something of a continuation as far as Jacob escaping Black Iron. It would be even kind of interesting to see maybe a side of Danny. I don't know. Sometimes I like to, really see the other sides of some of these protagonists, some of the non-playable characters, that have a story that, I don't know, I think that should be told, a story that you would like to see a little more of. That would be interesting because I kind of feel it like when it came to the characters, I felt like I was more connected with Elias than I was Danny. I had, obviously played as Jacob Lee. I can say that I was, I was interested in what was going on with him. I did feel a little bit of disconnect. I felt like I wanted more from Danny's character. And, let's just be honest about how they did decide to choose how, things shaped with these characters. Like Elias, yeah, I felt like he deserved more than what he got. I definitely wanted to see more out of him. Ferris, I don't know what I can really say about him. I mean, I kind of felt that he was just kind of wanting to do his own thing, but realized, that he is still a man that has to follow the rules of the one in charge. He's kind of just not really given his full potential. I don't know, maybe he could have broke out, been a little more than what he just decided to go with. I guess, he thought that having having himself be a evolved version of, the biophages, it looked like there was definitely some control. He definitely had a lot more control than what some of the others, were able to exhibit. So, I mean, I guess that's one thing about how strong his mind is, to be able to take on the infection while still maintaining some of his mental state. But again, when it came to being manipulated by this virus, obviously there's a manipulative factor there, and it may have a little bit of comparison in there with Dead Space, because how Dead Space took the characters and they were manipulated by the marker, and then it made them go crazy, insane, and they either killed themselves, they killed others, and then the infectors came, turned them into necromorphs, and bam, they were ready to go and serve the markers as the subordinates that they are. And then in this one, it feels like there's definitely some similarities in there. It was nice to kind of see some more deeper sides of how the virus came about. But I still feel like I'm not 100% sure if, when we're talking about the original colony, again, when we saw what we were seeing in the depths below Black Iron, the original colony of Arcus, it makes you wonder if the virus was part of the original colony, or obviously maybe the virus was already here on Callisto, and those who settled amongst the colony, the original colony of Arcus, suffered the consequences of being here. And then, obviously Black Iron being built around the center of the virus itself, so they could use the inmates as test subjects to further the development. Again, when they had the particular inmate that they used this virus against, and this particular subject was able to evolve themselves into what they say is like the original subject 0. Again, being able to evolve themselves past what others couldn't. You know, the amount of other subjects, the other inmates that had to go through the protocol, but none of them were able to come out on top. And I think, like they said, the original Subject Zero was killed by the security forces. And when they realized what this virus was capable of, obviously, you know, Warden Cole was the one who really was trying to initiate all of this, you know, bring this virus back to its originality in the hopes that they could control it and evolve it into more than its original form. That's when they decided, you know, that they're going to build basically build a facility around Arcus and use black iron as a cover for their twisted experiments. So the light has been shed on all of that as far as that is concerned. And, you know, again, you know, when we think about this kind of story, it isn't too far off of what we've seen before, you know? And that makes you think. It just makes you think, why do these guys do this? Why do they think that they can control something that they can't control? I mean, it happens like this every single time. So if I were to discuss the absolute positives of the game, definitely the atmosphere, the music, you know, how they really implemented the apprehension engine to really keep you on your toes when nothing was happening. The biophage battles were just so exhilarating, and I felt the hair on the back of my neck all over my body stand up during every single fight. It was just so fun to fight against them. And yes, there were definitely some times where, you know, we had some rough combat moments, but once we really started figuring out how to utilize our utilize our weapons and use our environment to our advantage, it definitely just got a lot more fun, and you felt a lot more involved. The set pieces, the environments were just fantastic. The lighting, fantastic. And like I said, the enemies themselves, just very well thought out. There probably could have been a little more improvement for how we can handle some of these, because like I said, you get to a certain point with some of the enemy types, especially the blind, and you know, because we were able to really just kind of take them out the way that we were able to take them out just by sneaking around most of the time, and you know, it really kind of did drop a bit of that intensity, and I was kind of hoping that we would have a little bit more in that regard, but I can't shy away from the fact that they really started throwing it out at you as we started going further into Arcus, and when we were really starting to see those enemies come left and right and from inside the vents and onward, it got super exciting. But like I was saying, as far as I also want to comment on the fact that, you know, exploring through the prison, no map, no HUD, made it obviously very interesting in that regard. I just feel like, you know, there could have been some more opportunity for more findings. I didn't really feel like there were enough things that we could find in order to really give us that satisfaction of exploring like more places. Like some rooms we went into were just completely empty, or they had like an enemy and that's it. There really wasn't anything else in there. So having things like text logs probably would have been interesting, a little more interesting to have in there. Because I'm pretty sure all we found were audio logs, right? And we had like a little bit of information as far as whose audio log we found and whatnot. And the combat did start to feel a little, I would say, some of the combat as far as like, you know, how we handle situations. So when it came to the dodging Ferris was just too simple. Dodging the Ferris boss at the end and the two-headed brutes, that was just way too simple. And how we were really able to kind of integrate choosing our weapons in between that was actually a very strategic idea, in order to really time yourself to be able to switch from one weapon to another when you run out of ammo and you really need to get off another shot. So I think it definitely has its solid foundation, and it does have a little bit of its takeaway with how the combat was fully fleshed out between the enemies. Once you really start getting a hold of the dodging, it really is just it's really just simple. It is cut and dry, you know, holding left and right, you can get out of it, and then you get to times where the enemies will start swinging at you an extra time, 3 times, and I think we do get to a part where they do swing 4, or was Ferris the only one that swung 4? But again, you know, it really does help to have you know, situations that you're really faced with, you know, really crazy moments when it comes to being able to handle the enemies when they come in packs. I would say one of the only other things that was frustrating at first, but I started to get a little more control over, was just the fact that, you know, sometimes the enemies are trying to hit you off camera, so that can be a little bit frustrating in that regard. It really was at first, because that's when I was having a little more trouble as far as figuring out how to dodge, utilize the grip, and utilize our weapons in regard to that as well. It was always, you know, an exhilarating experience to utilize the melee even over the weapons. I felt times where I didn't want to use the grip. I didn't want to use the guns. I wanted to use the melee because it just has that sensation to it. What do we have here? Okay, right back at the beginning. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this finale of the game. So if I really had to rate this game, I would definitely give this game, I'd give this game an 8. I'd give this game an 8. And, you know, performance-wise, I didn't really have too many issues. I had a few of the times where the frame rate dropped. Other than that, nothing really game-breaking like whatsoever, except for like a few like glitches as far as like, you know, the enemies kind of phasing through things, the things disappearing, reappearing again. You know how that usually goes sometimes. It can't be avoided in most games these days. But, you know, maybe they can learn to improve upon this if they do decide to do a sequel. Dead Space did exactly that. You know, Dead Space laid a very solid foundation for itself, you know, when it came out. And then when Dead Space 2 arrived, there was a little bit of both, you know, the horror and the action, and it still maintained a very solid point of storytelling. Atmosphere great, enemies great, and, you know, a lot of the extras that it added on there was just fantastic. And we know that this is the same creator who made this game, who also made Dead Space, so it could be possible if they do decide to do a sequel to this game. You know, I think that they have that history of, you know, learning from, okay, you know, this is where we're starting with this, and we can bring this, you know, to the next level by really adding on to more than the original blueprint of what we have here for Callisto. So with that said, guys, that is my conclusion of Callisto Protocol. I'm probably going to do a few more videos of this because I would really like to highlight some other things in the game as far as like the combat. You know, I know that I probably should have done some of these a little earlier, but I think that is a good opportunity to go ahead and do some of these things to really highlight some things so people could be a little more confident going in and playing the game and experiencing it for themselves. So if you guys appreciated this conclusion and you would like to see more of Callisto in the future, make sure to stay connected to the channel because I will be bringing more when that time arrives. And if you also enjoyed the conclusion and felt that the twist of saving Danny and leaving Jacob on Callisto to fend for himself was warranted, give it a like rating because, you know, we will see what happens if they decide to expand on his story in the DLC, so on and so forth. And comment down below. We have finished this game. What were your positives and negatives of your playthrough if you did go through Callisto, and or if you watched? You know, what things do you think that the developers can improve on? What would you like to see more of? What did they do great? You know, anything related, put it down there and we will have a discussion about it, guys. So that is it for Callisto's story for now. We will be diving into more Callisto stuff soon. Have a good one, and I will see you guys next time.